Hello. I was just watching some video called it's called Inside Columbia's Temple of Lucifer. It's um I didn't finish it, but it's basically their religion, their temple, and some guy is saying that he's called the chosen one to gather an army, which is interesting because there's people out there talking about gathering armies and stuff, going to war with the trolls and stuff. But this Lucifer temple thing that the guy is running, and they all wear black and stuff, and they call themselves the Seeds of Light. It's just contradiction after contradiction. Then they say it's all about your actions. We don't really believe that there's evil or that you do evil, like sleeping with your neighbor's wife. That's nothing. That's not evil or anything like that. So they talk about actions. It's all about your actions. Yeah, all their actions are evil and what they talk about and what they do. You know, like I saw something with like the satanic something abortion thing on YouTube. There's like a bunch of people that put baby masks on and were like half naked supporting abortion. It's just pure insanity, man. It's not about, abortion being evil. It's about your actions. Yeah, your action is murder. You contradicting the lying hypocrite. But somebody that gets into this, okay, they're blinded. They can't see anything, right? They're just going to contradict themselves all day long. And it's not just contradictions, it's far worse than that. Evil. But interestingly enough, this guy with his group, his army, he's building a gathering that he was called by Lucifer with 7 wings or whatever, you know. These are all lies from the devil about this Lucifer stuff, right? It's just the devil, foul spirits. Um, it's not fallen angels. The devil was a liar and murderer from the beginning, just like it was marriage between man and woman. From the beginning, it was like this, the Messiah says. Beginning means beginning. From the beginning, it was like this. In the beginning, he created the heavens and earth, some kind of beginning start to creation. And from the beginning, he was a liar and murderer. And there's like 3 solid verses that state this, either liar or liar and murderer. There's more than a second witness. And so if these angels were like fallen, they fell long before, you know, I'm going along with it. They fell long before humanity ever existed, which really has no bearing or weight or makes any, why even bring it up? Uh, but I'm not going to get into that again, um, fallen angel stuff, just that. But this Lucifer temple thing is calling out the Catholic Church. That's like what they came out of. And he's saying they're brainwashing you, lying to you, keeping you in and all this stuff. And he's going to free you, I guess, with his own religion and building and name. That's why all religions are evil. Uh, you expose the Catholic Church, which is going to draw a bunch of people in. Think about it. Oh, the Catholic Church, we want to expose its history and what they've done to us, as if they were attacking the Satanist. They are the Satanists. It's a total joke. They're all one. He's not, so this Lucifer Temple guy is gathering an army, and he calls the Catholic Church the whore, the harlot, the mother of the whore, which is interesting because it's true. And but it's a total delusion. As if they're like the answer and savior. Come to us. We don't deceive you or captivate you, but they do. Come to my building and religion, and make sure you're wearing all black when I take the picture of my Satanist assembly. you know, and calling themselves the seeds of light. And of course, what do they got? Crosses everywhere, more upside down crosses, but the cross is pagan, period, whether it's upside down or not. You see this everywhere in Hollywood. Just, you know, it should be evident to everyone that's of the truth that the cross symbol is pagan and evil. It's connected to evil, whether it's upside down or not, okay? The Prince of Darkness wears a cross all the time for decades, and so many others in the music industry, in Hollywood, Catholic Church, the Protestants. They got some of the buildings are shaped like a cross from a bird's eye view, and it's all about the cross. There's one just down the street from me, big old cross on the brick, not brick, but like on the side of their building, just a giant cross. It's pagan. Come to us, to our religion, our denomination. We'll gather the army and save you. So he's talking about building an army, and I didn't finish the video. I got halfway through. So this army and going and attacking and destroying such and such. We're going and attacking the whore, the harlot, the Roman Catholic Church, or this or that. You know, it's just a giant deception. That's what the devil wants you to do, is to become some kind of big name with a religion, with a title, with a name, with your own stuff and symbols, and have an army and attack whoever, doesn't matter who, go against and fight them when the war is spiritual. The war is spiritual. Not much physical you could do in a spiritual war. And Yeshua said, give to Caesar what Caesar's. He wasn't commanding his disciples to go out and fight some war and gather an army against the governments and harlots and, Satanists and all this. So I see that as just one thing that just stands out as like a big, uh-oh, something's wrong here. Somebody wants to put a name, gather an army, and go and fight people, and that's their mission. I don't know. I do know. I'm not saying I don't know like I don't know, but it's not good. Like I don't have an army or a name or something you can join, and do what? Go and kill everyone, with truth. No one's going to listen anyways. One division out of thousands is what you would create. It's just like this temple of, but what's interesting is all the symbols are everywhere. The same symbols, okay? The Baphomet in the middle of the hexagram star that's on Israel's flag. That's the Baphomet hexagram satanic symbol. If you refuse to believe that, man, here's a slap for you. Slap, 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 slap. Stop believing those people are of the truth. If they were of the truth, why do I have such a problem with that star and flag and could see this? How come they can't see it? They proudly wave that flag. This is who we are. You think true believers could do that? If they had an opportunity, they would take that flag and burn it, just like the people that burned all their books and witchcraft and all kinds of stuff they had that was very expensive and valuable. When true believers were being called out in Acts, the history, they gathered all kinds of stuff, threw it in a pile, and burned it because it's garbage. It's of the devil. So is that flag and symbol. So you got the star, rock star, so it's everywhere, on the cans, on the food, on television, on music, everywhere in the music, and the pyramid and the triangle. I'm just so tired of seeing it already. It's so blatantly obvious that they've brainwashed generations to accept the symbols, and then once you do this, you're of that spirit, and then more radical things happen, and you brainwash them more, and it gets more radical until it becomes normal, until good becomes evil, until it's no longer a big deal, until until it's just all normal, you know? It's just all normal now. I mean, it always was an evil world, but you know what I'm saying? It's getting worse. So you'll see in Colombia's Temple of Lucifer, you'll see these symbols and you'll see the devil horn symbol with your hands that everyone that goes to concerts waves and praises the devil whom they worship, even if they don't acknowledge or know it. That's what they do. All right. It doesn't matter. They're of the same spirit, foul spirits. They're of the devil. That's who they worship. Oh, I don't go to a temple of Satan. I'm not religious. I'm not brainwashed like them. Yeah, but you go and worship a bunch of people with crosses everywhere and darkness and dark lyrics and all kinds of nasty stuff that they sing to you and teach you how to talk and believe in them. You go and worship and bow down and give them the devil horns, right? And there's actually people out there that say that it's just love or some kind of other symbol. So stupid. It's total nonsense. Wake up. It's not like some pitchfork devil running around poking with people with a pitchfork. Okay, that's obvious, but that picture just represents evil, like a symbol. But you know, the presidents, they all do this. It's not a Texas thing, okay, to do that. So stupid. You know, oh, that's why George Bush waved that, you know, so many times. Yeah, because he's from Texas. Yeah, but Obama did too, and all these other presidents, you know, and they're not from Texas. Give me a break. And everybody that goes to concerts does that. Are they all from Texas? It's all a Texas thing, right? Total nonsense. They're all dark. They're all of the devil. And they try to appear to you as an angel of light. Like it's about actions. And we're not really bad, but we're good people, you know, that go to concerts and do these things. We're really good. You know, we do good things. No, it's not really good. It's not even good.
Por él, a ganar almas para él, a ganar almas, adeptos, seguidores para Lucifer.
To gather souls devoted for Lucifer, you know,
Parece.
For our amazing God, God. So people that just use God all the time. So loosely, just God. This leader of the Temple of Lucifer talks about his amazing God. So maybe you shouldn't use God like exclusively, you know, make it known which God you believe in, you know, for our amazing God. I am the chosen one, he says.
Dios, yo soy el elegido.
Estamos enfrente de las instalaciones del periódico La Crónica, el más importante y antiguo de la región. Adentro nos está esperando Oliver Gómez, un periodista que le ha hecho un seguimiento estricto al hijo de Lucifer. Entre otras cosas, ha denunciado que el tipo, por ejemplo, no ha viajado alrededor del mundo, sino que ha hecho unos montajes de las fotos. Entonces, el enemigo, oigámosle la versión a él. Yo doy con esta historia recordando una crónica que ha hecho sobre una persona que no tiene piernas. ¿Por qué quieres un Porque es más fácil lidiar con el diablo lo que desee, que a Dios, y espero que el Señor también me ayude.
So contradicting everywhere, you know. It's easier to receive things of the devil than God, but then the temple guy is saying our amazing God. So, you know, the devil is their God. Don't be confused with that. What tangible thing has Lucifer given to you? This guy is being asked. So
¿Qué tiene? En estos momentos tengo una finquita y un carro y a lo menos está muy bien de salud.
money,
Me ha dado lo que he soñado, a pesar que todavía tengo muchos sueños que
dreams, money, making it in this world, you know, even health if you can get it, you know, it's devil's gonna give you those things.
Pero luego me cuenta que eso fue una mentira, que fue una farsa, que le dieron una plata por esto y que realmente esa persona lo había estafado. Y en el terreno periodístico lo que tú averiguaste, ¿qué te parece lo más grave? La falsa publicidad. Sí. Usted no puede jugar con los deseos y los sueños de las personas. Vemos videos en internet, creo que ya los ha bajado casi todos. Nosotros afortunadamente bajamos uno y lo subimos en la plataforma nuestra. Pero veíamos a un hombre lleno de dinero, diciéndole a las personas que podían correr esa misma suerte, como lo hizo con el señor Araque, que es el inválido, la persona sin piernas que pide ayuda a la gente en el sur de la ciudad, y todo fue una mentira. Entonces, jugar con las personas, con ese sueño, yo creo que es lo más grave que tiene Damián Rosso, como se hace llamar, porque destruye los sueños de los demás.
What's up, Tim Sykes, Millionaire Mentor Trader?
Oh,
Here's
there
your
it is.
$10,000. A lot of you think you need $10,000 to get
There it
started in
is.
the stock
Every
market.
single ad has been about money for me. I'm so sick of it. Every single time. We're just talking about what the devil gives people, right? That guy in the wheelchair is like riches and stuff like this. And now an ad. Here, look at my money, $10,000.
Hola amigos de América Latina, les habla Víctor Damián Rosso, el fundador de el templo luciferino Semillas de Luz, su templo. Los beneficios muy claros, muy notorios. Tú dejarás la tristeza a un lado, rebelde ante el régimen, y ahora Satanás, al Dios verdadero, a Lucifer. ¿Está cansado de buscar en otros dioses respuestas que nunca hallarán? Pues bien, contácteme ya desde cualquier parte del mundo.
Are you tired of not getting answers from God and all this stuff? Well, oh, come to me. I'll tell you how you can be a true believer, he says.
¿Cómo puede ser un luciferino verdadero?
And make a pact with
Con
Lucifer.
Lucifer. Mi nombre es Víctor.
You know, it's not a scam in a way, you know. You know, these people will be given things, you know, just like everyone who sold their souls in Hollywood are given things. You know, the easy way out. Come to me and I'll show you how to worship the devil and give you all your dreams and everything you want.
Damián Rosso Villarreal, atrévete ya y déjate sorprender.
Una vez cayó la noche, nos devolvimos a la finca de Víctor Damián para verlo en acción, para saber qué tan lejos o cerca estábamos de algún tipo de manifestación que pudiera considerarse como una religión seria. Estamos a punto de entrar a la iniciación que me van a hacer en la religión luciferina. Víctor Damián está expectante, pero creo que yo estoy un poco más expectante que él.
Anxiously awaiting, and he's going to do his initiation ritual, which, you know, I can only believe once someone does this, there's no coming back to the Father of lights, to the true Father, Yahuwah, not some God, Satan, Lucifer.
Hay unos seguidores de él, él tiene una túnica roja, los otros una túnica negra y están a punto de vestirme e investirme en la religión luciferina. Entonces ya veremos qué pasa después de esta noche.
Estamos aquí presentes para nuevamente dejar muy en alto el nombre de nuestro Padre Lucifer. Mucha disciplina, mucha constancia. Así que en el nombre de nuestro Padre Lucifer, que es el Dios al que nosotros adoramos, yo y ustedes adoran, por favor, como se dice coloquialmente, vamos a sacarla del estadio. Rey de la tierra, rey planetario, ante ti Lucifer, este hombre, ábrele los ojos. Ante ti, Dios de la libertad, Dios del amor, Dios del universo.
God of the universe, King of the earth, you know, all these things. I don't think that's a coincidence to, you know, the Apostle Paul that said the God of this world, right? The God of this world. Not that he's the creator, you know, but like of this world. If you're in and of this world, that is your God. That's your father, the devil, the king of the earth that he's speaking of. This is some wicked stuff here.
Tenemos este hombre ante ti, pidiendo por ti. Maldigo la presencia del Dios que me enseñaron a adorar. Maldigo la presencia de aquel Dios el que algún día seguí. Tu venganza es mi venganza, tu poder es mi poder. Tu luz es mi luz, tu bondad es mi bondad. Tú me enseñaste el verdadero significado de la bondad. Tú me diste la libertad, tú me diste el poder, tú me diste una verdadera razón.
Give me a reason to live, all this stuff, and they're looking at some Baphomet statue with the devil horns up there, okay?
Por la eternidad, eterno Padre Celestial, ante ti, Lucifer. Mi alma evoca tu presencia. Nuestras almas añoran que sea un día final.
Interesting. Our souls are longing for the end of times. Interesting. The day when we finally fight at your side. Let's gather an army and fight, is what a lot of people are doing, right? That's why I think it's messed up, anybody who does this. Come join a name, a building, a title, and we're going to go fight the enemy, you know, because it's some kind of physical battle or something.
Que podamos estar a tu lado, batallantes, el día de la batalla final, donde saldremos victoriosos. Gloria a ti, Padre Lucifer. Repita conmigo. Ante ti, poderoso Dios de la libertad, poderoso Dios de la libertad, poderoso Lucifer, poderoso Lucifer.
All right, that's enough. So I was just looking at this. I just came across it, and it's 3 years old, but you know, all the same symbols and everything they use is seen in the world. It's not like they're unique or something. They're just like focused on this, you know, instead of someone just sort of being like deceived and like not religious at all or whatever. These people are, you know, focusing, channeling in on this evil. And it seems, I think it's just going to be more, you know, widespread and known and sort of accepted. It seems to me it's already happening. There's more of these Satanist groups, and they just blatantly go out and this is who we are, and here's our symbols, which involves a cross, T-shaped cross, and the devil horns, and their pagan hexagram star and Baphomet. All the stuff that everyone should, you know, already know about. That's everywhere. It's not really unique. The only different thing going on here is like they're really like, you know, they took like the next step, I guess. Like, here, let's worship the devil, they say, you know, so he can give me money, like it says, and freedom and goodness. It's so twisted and messed up. You know, so the devil, come join me, and they expose the Catholic Church and say that it's the whore, which I find really interesting, that these Satanist temple of Lucifer thing is exposing the Catholic Church, which is just, I don't know, strange, because the Catholic Church is like, it is the devil. I don't know what kind of problem they even have with it. I think it's just more deception, you know. And he's building an army and he wants to go and fight, and he says we're waiting and anticipating the end of time, you know. Yeah, so I think it's just insanity. It's just going to get more insane like this. So you shouldn't even be like ever flashing those symbols or having them, you know, because that's what you see in Hollywood, all these crosses and stuff that they wear. And they wear all black. Why are they wearing all these crosses? It's a pagan symbol, that's why. Where these guys, they have them too, but they flip them upside down, I guess. And it's like, whether it's upright or upside down, it's no good. It's really doesn't matter. To me, that's how I see that. You know, because some of the darkest bands out there, for example, wear the most crosses, you know. It's just interesting. What is that? What is that? It's some kind of worship to the devil, power, protection, money, fame. I don't know, it's all connected. And they wear all black so frequently, not that they have to wear it every day, but you'll see that a lot. It's all black. Everything's black, they wear black. And then they say they're the seeds of light. This guy's saying they're the seed of light. And all his members are wearing all black. I don't know if you can get more blind than that. I don't know what else there is to say about it. It's just a radical movement that I think it won't have too much of a time being accepted as something that's normal, because they talk about goodness, and they talk about it's all about your actions, like I just saw like an abortion something video before this, and they were saying it's not evil, abortion and all this stuff they're doing and promoting. It's just all about your actions. What is that? That is an action. What action is good to them? It's love. Yeah, it's love. Just love, and this guy says the same thing. Actions, love. But then, he tells you, the guy he's talking to, it's not about committing adultery with your neighbor and this or that, it's about your actions. What? What are you talking about? Those are actions. And somebody that's, not a true believer, that's the kind of actions that they're going to do. So it's like a false love, that they all teach. It's all very similar. It comes across as like good and light and all this stuff, right? Light, good actions, goodness, but they don't have this in them. They don't have it in them. How could they? How could someone praising this Lucifer, this temple of Satan, have the love of the Father in them? They don't. They don't, and their intentions are all evil too. But I'm sure that they're good to their own, good to their own that join them. And I'm sure they do a little more than just gather together, because these people that get into this lose all self-control pretty much. And it's usually, expressed sexually. It's one of the first things you'll see, is that they'll promote that kind of lifestyle and say it's good, it's love, which goes against, our Creator's will for his believers and his commandments. They're just telling you to break them all, but they try to twist it and make it look like it's good or something. I don't know what the deal is with the harlot, the whore, they call that, because I would say that's an accurate statement. So I think it's just to gather people in, that from specifically he's trying to pull them out of the Catholic Church, I guess, because he's calling them out as the whore and harlot or whatever. And the God of the Catholic Church they denounce, which to me is a little bit silly, because it's the same God. It's not, they claim that they attacked them throughout the history and stuff, the Satanist, like they're presenting themselves as the children of light, and that the Catholic Church is the one that killed them and attacked them and did all this and brainwashed them. So it's just like another division of divisions, so many different paths and ways that people get sucked into. Like they hear these things and it like does something for them for some reason. When someone exposes the Catholic Church, oh, this person must be good and really wants my good, this is a real leader. Come out of here, he says, from their brainwashing and come to me, is literally what he said in the video. Come to me and I'll give you everything. I'll show you the way. And then they do their initiation stuff, which is like, I shouldn't even watch it, I guess. It's so foul and corrupt, but and I don't know. It's if this isn't the latter days of the last days, I don't know what on earth is. So much stuff going on now. It's all timed with Corona and the fraudulent election, which nobody knows still who on earth is going to be the, uh, you know, what they call their president. Half of the United States has one man as their savior and half the other. Uh, it seems to me no matter which one is in the office, there's going to be crazy riots and division, even more than there ever was. The way it's set up, it seems like that's what's going to happen. Like it doesn't matter who it doesn't matter who gets in now because both sides have been like hanging. If Biden gets it, then all the other people will, he stole it, and that's going to cause chaos. And if Trump gets it, he stole it. Interesting how both of them stole it from their perspective. One group says he stole it and the other says he stole it. It doesn't get more confusing than that. And then, like, I've never seen the media as bad as it is today. Like, it's always been, like liberal and all this stuff, corrupt, biased. But I've never seen it like this before. Never. Every single one of those channels, the alphabet news media networks, are all acting exactly the same. And anytime something's mentioned about fraud, they all cut the person off and laugh and chuckle. Like every single one of them. Like, yeah, did this happen in times past or something but like at least they like pretended to do like a decent, like, at least let the people talk before. Now they don't even do that. Uh, so now there's like an alternative place to go for all them, and then like an alternative to Twitter. And this is going to be like, I don't, um, it's all messed up. I don't even know it's so messed up. I don't even know where to start. But everyone knows that they're corrupt, but it's so much worse than that. They all are paid to say these things. You can find videos of them saying word for word all the channels from all over the place saying the exact same thing. So it's not like they can just say whatever they want when they, the media, the Fox and all these other things. They can't just say whatever they want. They have to follow some kind of script because they're all saying the exact same things and acting the exact same way. It's just strange. I wish I knew, or maybe I don't wish, but like a little deeper, not what people say, but actually know for sure, like what's going on in there. What are they being told and who's it run by? It's run by, like all these are owned by just a few small groups of people. I believe that's pretty much a fact. Just a few people own all of those networks, everything, all of it completely, just a few people. And it seems to me all those few people are all, basically of the same mind. They're all, I don't know if liberal's accurate because it's so much worse than accurate. They're just evil. But is the right side better? Maybe, but it's corrupt too. It's all corrupt. But why is it so biased now? Why on earth? It's like the last 4 years it really changed, but just recently though, it's gotten so much more biased, you know. And that's all people know is what they see on TV, and all of those networks are saying the same thing on TV. It's pretty clear to me they're trying to brainwash the whole entire nation into getting it to believe a certain way or think a certain way. Because now you have to like dig for anything else. And then who owns that one too? Newsmax or whatever. I think it's the same people that own that too, but somehow they're able to say a little bit more. They're like on Trump's side, you know, saying that the thing was a fraud and all this stuff, which they knew long before it happened. They knew this fraud thing was going to happen. And that's such a massive, like if that actually happened on the level that they're saying, it doesn't even make sense. All those computers in different states everywhere are, rigged to do this. How big of a power could it be to have that happen and everyone be like-minded in that, and to do that just doesn't make sense. I think everyone's probably missing a couple dots or something, but but to me, I don't know, it seems worse than whatever it is they're saying. It doesn't make sense. The fact that that's happened and people can do that on such a huge level tells me something, is much more corrupt than whatever people are saying. But who knows? I don't know. I don't know that Trump will still get it or not. The way they paint the picture, it looks pretty bad from that perspective, like he won't. But if he does, what they painted is just going to be worse if he does. It's going to be a total chaos. How are people going to accept that? They're not going to accept it. I don't think they can. There's just going to be more riots and stuff, which might have to bring the tanks in then at that point and make that like a standard thing. Masks and tanks, cameras everywhere. Whatever. I'm not going to get an army and try to like, physically stop all this stuff like some people are trying to do or want to do. That's what this guy wants to do, and he's of some temple of Satan. Wants to gather an army and like win some kind of battle, ready to go to war, he said. So that the connection for me is that idea of gathering an army and going to war is of the devil. What on earth is that? So my other phone went bad, like the screen, and I had a spare one, but it's sometimes half of the screen goes out, but I haven't touched it in like at least 2 or 3 years or something. And I got a weird text tone and stuff going on here, but
Dios del universo. Dios del universo. Dios de la libertad. Dios de la libertad. Dios del amor.
it's hard to believe people are actually doing this though. It's hard to believe that they're like doing everything like old school, man, like back in Egypt, like kind of stuff.
Dios del amor. Dios del poder. Dios del poder. Dios de la riqueza. Dios de la riqueza.
Yeah, he's doing like an initiation thing, like an elder puts a hands on, to initiate their members. They do the same here.
Vengo ante ti. Vengo ante ti. Aquí estamos. Aquí estamos.
And that's what I've been told to come out of, come out of that religious world system, because it's no good. It's just man trying to do things, and when it's man's understanding and his way and doing things, it's just always going to be division, lies, blasphemy, deception. I was watching something with Obama, like from 2015 with Agenda 2030. And it all sounds so good what they want to do, equalize everything. peace everywhere, everyone with the same pay, everyone with job, with water, some things that many people don't have, even like the basics, or struggling with the basics. But it's like impossible for me to believe that someone like Obama truly has good intentions. Like, I don't believe any of these people have truly good intentions, uh, but Agenda 2030 is basically a bunch of look at our good intentions. It's huge. I've read some of it in the past, but there's a lot in there, like on the UN official site or wherever it's at. Uh, so they clearly have an agenda that they're trying to move forward with worldwide. And I think it's silly to think that a president is against this agenda, no matter who it is. But trying to get people to say that and bring that up, it seems like impossible. The ones that do, they're like terrorists. It's like, oh, abortion and taxes and the same things they've always talked about. How about the fact that the Fed owns everything, that all the banks are owned by like a tiny group of people? When is anyone going to touch that? Or their agenda that they want to do, worldwide with the United Nations and everything? Who's going to bring that up and on a massive scale? I don't see it. I don't see it coming. The few that mention it it's just a small group that they don't have to worry about. Because you could just fight it with truth. You don't have to go to battle like that, but I don't think that's gonna happen. I don't know. I don't see that happening. Like, there'll just be more plagues, viruses, chaos to just keep people afraid and scared and divided, so that they can never really do anything. What's it all leading up to? Why do they want to help the world so bad? That's my question. How could it be that they're that good, these people that don't have the Father in them at all, don't have the Holy Spirit in them at all? They just want to help the world so badly. Is that really what they want to do? I don't think so. It's not my belief. I think I'm going to end it here. Just crazy videos that crazy people out there are going on the streets and stuff. I mean, it's not like, I don't think it's like on some kind of massive scale, but these things exist though. I don't know how they're going to all bring it together, but somehow they can do that. My goodness, my phone's scaring me like every 2 minutes here. But wow, what is this? Stop it. What else is it? I don't have anything else to say. I gotta change my ringtones from this phone. A little bit of Hollywood inspired, I think, 3 years ago. Definitely gonna change that. It's hard to get out of that stuff though. Like these people in Hollywood, musicians and stuff, and like, oh, we converted, we believe in Jesus now. It's total nonsense. Like, a few of them do, they gather some great following, and then they say, oh, we believe in. And then it creates a bunch of division for all the fans. Like, yeah, right, this guy's not a believer. And then all the people are like, yeah, Jesus with this dude pumping out a bunch of nasty stuff, a bunch of satanic stuff in their lyrics, Jesus. That's why I gotta delete that off my phone. But like I said, I haven't touched it in like 3 years or something. So even that's all a lie. everyone in Hollywood is messed up. Like you enter Hollywood, you enter drugs, women, satanic stuff. Like even if you don't know that's what you're doing, that's what it's all connected to. Uh, so many of these people end up dying, or if they don't die, they're just messed up the rest of their life. But it seems just, being honest, just a little bit contradicting to like be a fan of something like that. Oh my gosh, man, stop it. I'm busy. Um, it seems contradicting to me, which I guess 3 years ago, I don't know, it didn't bother me as much, but now it bothers me more. To be connected, like to be like really loving these people, like worshiping them. I don't think I can do that anymore. I'm not going to try to hide it. I was like, I had my bands and all this stuff that I liked, and it just slowly started losing interest. It's kind of how it works. It feels like you're dying, basically, when you don't like love it anymore. I think that's the main thing, is just not to be attached, uh, to loving this kind of stuff. Like how does someone watch a bunch of blood, gore, violence, sex, pornography, basically in the movies, like, rated R, whatever, or unrated. And then like Jesus, I haven't watched any of that stuff in a while, like foul stuff, like for entertainment. And hopefully I don't, because to me, it's a pretty major contradiction. It's like the gateway to sucking you into the world. Like once you get into that, you just like, spiritually, you're going down. But the music stuff took a little longer, and it's still a battle. It's a battle every day, spiritually. Like you can't be headbanging to a bunch of satanic lyrics and then saying you're a believer at the same time. Shoot me, shoot me. It's all right. I know most people don't like that. They don't want to hear that. Like, oh, this band that has millions of followers is for the Messiah. No, they're not. Just admit that they're not. Don't tell me that they are. What you do is what you do. Okay, that's okay. I'm not going to stop them. But don't tell me that they're like godly or something. Don't tell me Trump is like seeking the kingdom first. That makes me laugh now. Trump's not seeking the kingdom first and denying himself, which is a commandment, a requirement. Oh yeah, Trump's denying himself. He's the president of the world, a billionaire. He's denying himself to follow the truth, right? No, he's not. That's all. I don't, what someone does from there, they do, but just, I'm not going to take that or swallow that and just like accept that. It's what, how much you are into that and into Trump saving the world and all this stuff. That's for yourself, I guess, to find out. But for me, I got my answer a long time ago on these politicians. I'm just not interested. I'll keep track of what little bit what's going on now, just because. Just try to see what's going on. That's it, though. Otherwise, whatever happens is going to happen, you know. The end declared from the beginning. I'm not one little man going and like voting or something. It's not going to change anything. Like they want to make you believe that, you're the problem now if you're not really involved in politics. Now you're the evil one. How's that evil? Being in the world and not of it. To me, a good example is not being attached to all this stuff. And then they tell you you're the problem for not being into it. Could it be that they don't actually believe the Messiah's words? You know, if you love this world, love your life, all the things in it, could it be that they don't truly believe those words? It's just on the surface level, you know, it just sounds good. It's funny because one of the rock star dudes that like supposedly converted, somebody mentioned in some interview, like I saw like, I don't know, 2 years ago or something, brought up those verses about being in the world and not of it. He got angry and like totally mocked it. Exactly what I would expect from a false believer, you know. That's enough for me to see. Totally mocked. Oh, in the world and not of it. Oh, you know, total nonsense, blah blah blah. But I believe in Jesus, you know. Get out of here, man. And people buy it, dude. It's just another tactic. It's another trick from the devil to suck people in into the world so that they're spiritually lost and are blind, you know. What's left then when you dump all this stuff? Well, not too much, I guess. But that's not like a reason to them. That's like a reason that it's not, well, you don't have, you know, you could really be into all this stuff, all of it, the whole entertainment business. Because if you're not, there's just not much left. That's not an argument. It's not a spiritual argument. I think that's all I got. You're definitely not going to hear that phone going off like that ever again, but they got a lot of bands out there that like make you think they're against the system or something. No, they're not. I bought that on a surface level like a few years back. To some degree, I bought it. And then I could see that was just total nonsense. Like, yeah, we're biting the hand that feeds, that made us rich and famous. We're exposing the government. No, they're not. Some of the lyrics might be true, but they're not, their intentions are truly not against it. How people can't see that, I don't know. You know, you got to think about where they came from and how much fame and riches they got from it, and now they're attacking it. They're not a threat. That's why they're allowed to say that. If someone was an actual threat, they would shut you up instantly and make you look like a terrorist. They don't do that to these rock bands and country bands and all this stuff. Why? Because they're not a threat. Just like Christianity as a whole is not a threat to the devil system and the world. It's not a threat. Not really. Especially if most of it's like in the world and into all this, you know, they're definitely not a threat spiritually. They're of it, even if they say they're not. So they're not a threat. Because if someone was, I believe they wouldn't be able to freely talk and do that. You know, and they talk about the wars and like corruption, but like they're living corruption and teaching people how while they're telling, you know, it's nonsense. So that's it for this one piece. Take care, and that's all I got. See you.